Alright, so we are going to school. Super not exciting, but school is almost over for the semester, and that is exciting. This morning, I went out, I got coffee, I got up early, I had plans to record some footage for my gaming channel that I'm planning on starting. And then I sat there and I looked at my Steam library and I was like, there's nothing here that is interesting to me that I want to play or that I think anybody will be particularly interested in. So I did nothing. And you know, I'm definitely going to start the gameplay channel when a game called Stellaris comes out, but I really want to get it started a couple weeks before that happens, just to get like into the groove of doing video game commentary once again. But there's just nothing that I want that is like interesting to me, because I don't want to make a video series for a game that I'm not particularly interested in. But you know, I think at some point I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and do it. So you know, if there's any suggestions that you have, let me know down in the comments so that I can, like, you know, take those into consideration. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we'll figure it out. But you know, today as always is a busy day. Like I said, school, then more YouTube videos for K-pop stuff as always, and then I don't know what else I've got planned. We got things. I just like to, you know, go make it up as I go along, as I go about my day. So who knows what's gonna happen. It's unpredictable. All right, what is going on? All right, well, we are back from class. I was just about to like reintroduce the entire vlog, and there's no point to that. But of course, I've got a monster because I'm tired and I need the energy. So let me just open this real quick. All right, so it is now time to talk about the one thing that I want to talk about. I've had a couple people ask me the question. It's been something that people have wanted to know for a little while, so let's talk about it. Or a couple of people have asked me. So it's basically, how did I get into K-pop? And instead of how specifically I got into K-pop, let's just talk about, you know, the evolution of the music that I've liked since, you know, I was a kid up until this point in time. So number one, as with, like, you know, everybody else, up until, you know, you reach about, you know, double digits in age or something around there, the music that you listen to is mostly influenced by your parents. So for me, you know, I have a very, you know, wide range of music that I like, ranging from the 60s all the way to the 80s. My mom is very, very into that British invasion stuff. The Beatles are like her favorite all-time favorite band. She loves that sort of stuff. My dad likes the hair metal and just the heavy metal stuff from like the 80s and the classic rock and that sort of stuff. And you know, so that's what I listen to. And certainly the whole reason why I like that doesn't hurt that I lived in Southern California, and my parents spent, you know, their, you know, late teenage years and, you know, 20s and all that, basically their entire, you know, life up until then in the Los Angeles area, which is where, you know, metal and rock and all that stuff was really, really popular. And that is like where the entire genre kind of happened at that time in history. So, you know, I like all of that stuff, all the way from the Beatles all the way to like Metallica and Pantera and that sort of stuff, right? So very, 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 very broad range of, you know, rock and roll kind of music that I like. You know, we get to the point where like now I can like kind of listen to my own sort of stuff. So I got into, you know, European, the more modern era of black metal with Cradle of Filth, Behemoth, Dimmu Borgir, those sorts of bands. But I also really got interested in the politics and the scene behind black metal in the 90s that got that whole genre kicked off in like Scandinavian countries, which the thing is very, 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 very interesting. So if you're interested in any sort of like crazy drama and sort of politics and stuff like that revolving around religion, definitely check out the story behind that. It's insane. It's really, really cool, really interesting, and something that at the time really, really intrigued me. Doesn't mean that I think the music is great. I just like listening to it, and the history behind it and the meaning and all that stuff is great as well. So we got that. And then I moved away from Southern California when I was like 17 years old. So this is probably 5, 6, 7 or so years ago from now, or years ago, and up until then, basically my entire life, I've been listening to heavy metal. That was it. Heavy metal, death metal, that was all I listened to. But when I moved away, I was like, I kind of really should, and I want to broaden my horizons and listen to more things. So, the best way at the time, for me at least, that I could discover new music was through Last.fm. Last.fm is still around. It kind of sucks now, but it still was back then a really good way to listen to, or say, like, just plug in, like, I like this one band, and then play me a bunch of, stuff that is similar to that. So I got really into, predictably, British rock from the, late 2000s and stuff like that. And I liked a lot of synth pop. There's a lot of really great Australian groups from that, or synth pop acts from that time. Basically anything, that's indie, alternative, whatever it is. I liked a lot of that stuff. There's a lot of really good music that I got into that you wouldn't particularly think that I would be listening to, because that's not really the kind of, like, the genre of music that has defined me as a person, right? It's more the metal sort of aspect of it, and that's kind of the persona or whatever that I try and take on and portray not as much as I can, but, in my videos. So there's that. And then that leads me to K-pop. And, as with, I think, anybody who got into K-pop in the last couple of years, or at least around the time that I did, it was with Gangnam Style. In my case, it's no different. But for me, I was interested in finding out who the who the girl was that was featured in the music video was, because, I knew that she was somebody. She had to have been, right? So I looked her up. She's Hyuna from 4 Minute, and that's me getting into 4 Minute. Now, listening to Volume Up is the very first K-pop song that was not Gangnam Style that I listened to. I loved that song. I still love that song. And then from there, I go from there all the way back through the discography to Volume Up. Not Volume Up. Hot Issue is what their debut song was. And, from there, it's history. And I listened to 4 Minute almost exclusively for about a year, and slowly but surely I expanded what I listened to up until I decided I'm gonna make YouTube videos about this stuff more as a way to force myself to listen to more things, and also to kind of continue the relationship that I had when I got into K-pop, where I was making friends when I made a couple of friends on the all K-pop forums. So I went from that to continue with the whole social interaction stuff on YouTube, also exploring and listening to new stuff. And here I am, the K-pop fanboy that I am now, all because of basically Hyuna being in Gangnam Style. Otherwise, I may or may not have been here. Also, the people that I met and talked to and made friends with on the all K-pop forums as well, back at that time as well, was very, very important to me, or to that whole development for me. So, there you go. Hopefully it wasn't too long, but if it's too long, who knows? Who cares? It's, a pretty long story. It's going to cover 23 years of my life. It's going to take, more than like 2 minutes to tell, but hopefully it's not too long. So there you go.
Oh, hey, and on top of starting a gaming channel, I'm back into teaching myself Korean. I've had this book, I got another book. Talk to me in Korean, lots of free stuff. Also, I paid for this, but I'm back to teaching myself Korean. Hooray!
Well, I totally forgot to even record any sort of behind the scenes, but that's okay, because I think I talked for a lot just to kind of get my point across for the video. But Jesus Christ, History in Queen, holy God, that song is good. That is a really great song. I am absolutely loving it. So we got to edit and stuff and the things, and then I'm gonna upload the 2 videos tonight, which just means that I'm gonna lose like twice the amount of subscribers, because that's what happens when I upload reaction videos these days. But I don't care. I'm doing what I like doing, and we're gonna do it. And then if we have time, I think that we're just gonna get into the video games, because I had intended to start my gaming channel with Metro Last Light, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna record some Metro Last Light, and then hopefully we'll get that uploaded within the next day or so. It depends on how much time I have got left, or going for the night. Who knows specifically? I don't know, but I'll definitely keep you filled in before I finish this off. All right, so my camera has focused on me perfectly fine.
I got 2 reaction videos uploaded, History and Block B. I was supposed to upload one of those yesterday, the other one today, but you know, they both gotta happen today just because reasons. And that's gonna be about it for tonight. I got a little bit more time to go before I like really should go to sleep, so I'm gonna listen to some of this brand new History album for an upcoming album review that'll be coming out in the next day or so. I gotta do my research, you know, and listen to that properly, like about 1,000 trillion times before I can actually, like, you know, say anything about it. So that's gonna be exciting. Look forward to that. And I think Thursday morning I'm going to actually start recording things for this gaming channel, and we are in fact indeed going to do Metro Last Light, the game. So look forward to that. I think the first episode for that will probably be coming out on Friday at some point. Friday is going to be the first day I'm aiming for to get a video out, and then after that we're going to proceed straight into Stellaris when that game comes out. So that is going to be it for this vlog. I hope that you enjoyed it, and the little thing that we talked about and all that stuff, you know, telling you about where I came from as far as my music. So as always, I want to thank you for watching. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.